Alphabet Attributes!
Hi everyone! Oh, it's so nice to see... Wait, what's going on here? This isn't right, is it? There should only be one of me. Okay, let's see if I can fix it. Yeah, that's better. There's only one of me and there's only one of you. And did you know there's only one God? So that brings us to the next letter in our alphabet attributes, the letter N. And N is for no other. God says in the Bible, I am God and there is no other like me. Not only is there just one God, but nobody can even compare to how amazing he is. So to see what that's like, we're going to go back through the letters that we've already done in the alphabet, and I want you to see if you can shout out what each letter stands for before I say it. Are you ready? Go!
A is for Almighty. Alex is really strong, but he is not almighty. He can't move a mountain or bring people back to life. He can't save us. Only God is that powerful. B is for beautiful. Becky is a beautiful person because she's kind and loving towards other people. But like you and me, she's not kind and loving all the time. Sometimes she might say or do something that hurts someone else, even if she doesn't mean to. But God is beautiful all the time. C is for creator. Jan is creative. He can make amazing things, but he can't create something just by speaking. And he can't create time or air or planets or stars or trees. Only our creator God can do that. D is for divine standard. Natalie is a mummy. She tells Sophia and Isabella what's right and what's wrong. She tells them what the standard is of being good at home. But Natalie cannot set the divine standard because she's not perfect. Only God is perfect. E is for eternal. Neil is really old, but he hasn't lived forever. He was born and he has birthdays. But God doesn't have birthdays because he has always been there. He is eternal. Nobody except God has ever lived forever. F is for faithful. Graham is a really good friend. If he says he's going to do something, he'll try his best to do it. But sometimes he can't always do everything he says he's going to do. But God always does what he says he's going to do. God is faithful all the time. G is for gracious. Have you ever had a present from Jenny? She loves to make things and give things to people, but that doesn't compare with how gracious and giving God is. He gave us the best gift of all, his Son. H is for holy. Dan is our pastor. He has the special job of teaching us about God and explaining the Bible to us. But he is not holy. He makes mistakes and needs God's grace just like the rest of us. Only God is pure and good and can never do anything wrong. I is for irresistible. Maria uses words in her job to try and persuade people to do things she wants them to do, but they could say no if they want to. But nobody or nothing can say no to God. If he tells the wind and the waves to stop, they have to. If he tells dead people to come back to life, they have to. He is irresistible. J is for just. Chloe is fair. She will give Elspeth, Sammy and Rose rewards when they have been good and punishments when they have been naughty. Mummies and daddies try their best to be fair and just, but sometimes they get it wrong. God never gets it wrong because he is completely just all the time. K is for knows all. Kyle is super clever. He knows a lot of stuff about philosophy, politics and David Bowie. But still, there's a lot of stuff that Kyle doesn't know. And he doesn't know what's going to happen tomorrow or 100 years from now. But God knows all that there is to know about everything. L is for love. Lucy and Phoebe are sisters and they love each other, but sometimes they fight and they don't show that they love each other very well. God shows us perfect love all the time because He is love. He showed us just how much He loves us by sending Jesus to die for us and by giving us the Holy Spirit. No one is as loving as God. M is for merciful. Do you remember the Lego man in the last episode that we watched? He showed mercy to the other one who destroyed his boat. Well, like that Lego man, we can forgive other people and show mercy to them. But nobody could ever hurt us as much as we hurt God, so His mercy is much greater. All these people, and you and me, were made by God in His image, which means that we have some attributes similar to God, like creativity and love. But no one can ever fully be like God.
Wow, we've only done half the alphabet and already God is so amazing. No person comes close to what He is like. God is so amazing and powerful that He doesn't need anything at all. But we need things, don't we? We need to sleep and eat and take medicine sometimes. But God doesn't need to do any of that. But did you know He chose to become like us? He became a person. Jesus, as a baby, then a boy, then a man, got tired and hungry and sick. He was still fully God, but He was also fully human. And that's tricky to understand, even for us grown-ups. I really love the song by Sovereign Grace. It's called Totally God, Totally Man. Have a listen to it afterwards. It might help you to understand it just a little bit more. So, why did God become a man? Well, it's because of how much He loves us. None of us can ever live a perfect life. Are you perfect? I know I'm not perfect. Which means that we fall short of God's divine standard. But Jesus lived a perfect life because He is God, and He died for us on the cross, taking the punishment that we deserve. No other person could do that for us, only Jesus. But He didn't stay dead. Death couldn't hold Him because He is so powerful. He came back to life and promises the same for us if we follow Him. In John chapter 14 verse 6 in the Bible, Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." That means that Jesus is the only way we can know God. There is no other way. So remember, there is no other like God. He deserves to be the most important person in our lives.